Welcome to the deep dive. We take stacks of information, boil them down, and basically hand you the key insights.
Waiting for you to use.
Exactly. So today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating. News commentary. Specifically, how editorial cartoons and, well, a really sharp satirical wit can shape how we see current events. We've got some interesting source material here, looking at different ways to present the news using visuals and often, humor. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, and what's really insightful, I think, is that these sources show two very different ways, but maybe complementary ways of engaging with news that go beyond just like straight reporting.
Right.
So for you listening, this deep dive gives a look at how different formats don't just deliver facts, but they add layers. Interpretation, critical thinking, maybe even a laugh.
Yeah, good laugh.
It's really about understanding how to make news stick and maybe getting to the why it matters part.
Okay, so let's start with the first approach. Our sources talk about this concept for an audio experience, framed as a visual first take on today's top global stories.
Right.
It sounds very structured, almost like an audio snapshot.
It does. And this concept, it really focuses on being conversational, informative, accessible. Trying to avoid jargon so the average educated listener gets it.
Okay.
The idea is to summarize about, say, 10 stories per episode, each one super concise.
How concise?
Like 2 or 3 sentences, designed to be read out loud in maybe 25 to 40 seconds max.
Wow, that's quick. They give an example, right? Something about wildfires.
Yeah, exactly. A quick update on wildfires raging in Spain. It mentions the record heat wave, thousands displaced, over 10,000 hectares burned. The key facts.
So it's all about clarity, pace, getting a quick summary.
Pretty much. It highlights efficiency, direct information. But there's also this underlying idea of visual support outside the audio. It's like get the essential facts quickly, but also maybe go look for the visuals yourself.
Interesting. So it primes you for more.
Could be, yeah.
All right, now, this is where I think it gets really interesting. The sources also talk about a totally different concept, ink and irony. And they give a full script example for a show called The News According to My Pencil. This one leans hard into editorial satire.
Big time.
Mixing sharp political insight with, well, humor, irony, wit, the whole package.
And this approach, it's fundamentally different, right? It's not just summarizing. It's interpreting events through this very specific voice, an observant, witty cartoonist.
Right, the cartoonists.
The goal is the satire, sarcasm, irony. Using dry humor, punchlines, clever wordplay. It's like describing the cartoon out loud.
Sometimes even adding imaginary bits to make it vivid for the listener.
Exactly, making it work without you actually seeing the cartoon.
That intro line for The News According to My Pencil is something else. To draw the truth and then exaggerate it until it begs for mercy.
Yeah. It's bold.
That's a pretty bold mission statement for a news show, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And, the script examples really show how they try to do it, like that hypothetical Trump and Putin Alaska summit.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, it's not just they might meet. It plays on Putin maybe trembling, but mostly from the cold.
Okay.
And then suggests inviting Zelensky because, quote, nothing says peace talks like a three-way in a snowstorm.
Wow. Okay, so using humor to kind of poke at the absurdity or the tension there.
Precisely. Highlighting the optics, the political theater of it all.
And they do this with other stories too, right? Like India's Independence Day.
Yeah, the Google Doodle example, it featured cricket, chess, cinema, space. And the commentary calls it basically all the things you do while avoiding potholes.
Okay, that's relatable.
And then about PM Modi's speech, it quips, half the crowd was busy Googling, how do I get on that doodle?
It just grounds this huge national event in a really funny human detail. You can picture people doing that.
You really can. And that raises a good question, doesn't it? How does adding that specific, maybe exaggerated detail, how does that change how you remember the event?
That's a really good point.
Think about the Delhi Metro starting at 4 a.m. for the celebrations. The image they paint.
What was it?
Commuting in your pajamas with bedhead next to a guy holding a flag in one hand and a pillow in the other.
Okay, that's unforgettable. That paints a very vivid picture. Way more than just saying the metro ran early.
It humanizes it instantly.
Or, okay, the Maharashtra meat ban for Independence Day. How did they frame that?
Oh, that was great. It was honoring tradition and giving. Let me get this right. Vegetarian uncles, one glorious day of saying, see? We told you plants are better.
Oh. Yes.
Plus that image of every chicken celebrating with sparklers.
It just takes this local thing and gives it that universal, witty spin. I'm picturing those uncles, picturing the chickens. It definitely sticks.
That's the power, right? Connects. Even something serious like the Yorkshire wildfire.
What do they do with that?
It becomes a chance for some classic British humor. Mentioning British tourists spotted fleeing in floral shirts, muttering, well, at least it's not raining for once.
Oh, that's dark but funny. It taps into that cultural stereotype, that human element.
Exactly. Connecting with cultural nuances, common reactions.
And then finally, baseball. MLB prop bets.
Yeah, and the focus wasn't really on the sport. It was more about how prop bets, wagering on specific things in the game means.
What?
That America's pastime embracing its true national sport gambling.
Oof, sharp.
And the outro kind of sums up that whole satirical philosophy. The ink is permanent, but the facts are always subject to smudging.
Food for thought.
So if we pull back and look at the bigger picture here, both of these approaches, they offer a kind of shortcut to being well-informed.
But in really different ways.
Totally different paths.
Yeah.
One is about clear, concise facts, maybe hinting at visuals, quick, solid info.
Get in, get out.
Right. The other one, it tries to distill complex stuff into these sharp, memorable, often funny insights.
Insights that might reveal deeper truths or ironies.
Yeah, and maybe leave a more lasting impression because of the humor or the wit.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, our listener? We've basically looked at two very distinct ways news can be packaged.
Yeah.
From the quick, accessible facts of that first model to the biting, humorous commentary of the second.
And it really highlights how the way information is presented can dramatically change how we perceive it, how we process it.
And what we actually remember later on.
Definitely. Which brings up a question for you, maybe something to think about with your own news habits. When you're trying to quickly get a handle on something,
Yeah.
which approach clicks better for you? Does that straightforward clarity, the concise info, does that satisfy what you need? Or does the wit, the satire, give you that deeper, more memorable kind of aha moment? The thing that sticks around long after the specific facts might fade.
Interesting question. Something to consider next time you're catching up on the world.